the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Yes, we got some breaking news this morning, which is great news for the Miami Dolphins. This breaking news is brought to you by Mojo Sports, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, Mojo Sports, go download the app now. We'll get into that a little bit more in just a moment. But breaking news, Tua Tagovailoa is expected to practice today. That is a great sign headed towards his progression. He is officially in step 3 of the protocol, which means he is able to start light work. So it's practice, but it's on a limited basis. He's expected to show up in practice today, and he's expected to get some throws in, okay? So it's not full contact. He ain't hiking the ball, heading it off, hiking the ball. He is expected to be at practice today, and he is going to be getting some throws in. Light, limited work, but it is progress going over to the next step in the 5-step process of the protocol. So here we are. This is hump day for Tua Tagovailoa. Well, it's Wednesday too, for the protocol. You know, the number 3, you get over the hump. Number 3 is over the hump, and now we got to get to 4. Now we got to get to 5. Now, according to Ian Rappaport and Tom Pelissero, even if he's cleared from concussion protocol by Sunday, they do not expect him to play Sunday. And like I told y'all yesterday on the stream, I expect him back in the Pittsburgh game. I expect him back after the Minnesota game on national television on a Sunday night versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's pretty much when I believe he will be back. Now, here's what's interesting to me. Again, they're not disclosing the details to us. But what's wrong with Tua? From what they tell us, he is headed in the right direction towards an eventual return to play. Headed in the right direction from what? What's been wrong with him? This is the part of the protocol they need to be a little more transparent about, because we are clueless. Every time we hear from Mike McDaniel, Tua's doing well. He's passing everything. He's, just fine. So if Teddy got a non-concussion, right, on Sunday, and he's going through the protocol and may be cleared by Sunday, why are we in a 2-week process with Tua? No, matter of fact, 2.5-week process with Tua. What's going on? What's different in his situation? Has he had blurry vision earlier in the week or last week? Was he getting headaches last week? Were there symptoms or signs that he was still a little bit lingering? What is it? Because it doesn't make sense. To me, he should already be out of the protocol if, based off of what they're reporting, everything's fine. He's doing well. Everything's good. He's pretty much acing each step. Why is his step longer? Why is his process longer? They ain't going to tell us. It could be he could have really had some after effects the next few days after. Maybe that's it, but we don't know. Or maybe it's politics in the NFL wanted to make sure they didn't rush him back because it's bad optics. The parts that we won't know. The things that we won't know. We just won't know. I just think personally the NFL is scared. They didn't want to take a chance of him coming out there again, even though he passed protocols and getting hurt again. And I know that they're terrified even about the Pittsburgh game. But neither here nor there. At the end of the day, at this very moment, Tua Tagovailoa has been cleared for step 3. And step 3, he's able to get some limited work in, some light throwing. So the team gonna be practicing. He gonna be on the sideline with a trainer. Let me make this throw. Let me make that throw. Let me go deep. That's all there is. That's all the work there is. Now, later today, we'll get more news on Xavier Howard, Teron Armstead. Is Skyler getting first team reps, which he should, because Teddy's not eligible to actually practice yet, from my understanding. So yeah, he getting first team reps. So we'll get a lot more answers later on that. Everybody keep asking me about Byron. They've already determined he's not ready this week. He may not be ready next week. May not be ready the week after that. We might see Byron back in Chicago. We might see Byron back in Chicago. Shut up, Master at Works, man. You get out of here. I'll see you tonight on the round table. I ain't gonna lie, that video was funny though. I don't know if y'all went to the AFC's round table and saw the newest video he dropped, but that was funny. I gotta admit, he got me on that one. But it's all good. Don't worry. We gonna win a division. You'll see. That video was fire. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. He got me on that one. Hey, listen, ain't no fronting. I can't even front. My wife was laughing her behind off on that video. She was laughing. She just couldn't stop laughing every time he went to get up. Oh my gosh. Man, that bum got me again. That bum Master Edwards got me again, y'all. Oh man. It is what it is. But I'll see you on the round table tonight. How about that? But yeah, so Skylar looks to be getting some reps, y'all. Um, and again, the round table, 7:30 tonight, 7:30 p.m. The round table. Dolphin fans, make sure we show up and we show up in droves because I don't want to be embarrassed. At the simple fact that I be talking all that noise about when the other teams lose, they don't be showing up. When we lose, we keep our head high because we know we're gonna win the division anyway, and we're gonna show up tonight. All right. So let's not be sore losers like them. Let's still represent. All right. Um, that Skylar talk should be dead. I'm not sure why. I think it should be more live than ever now because he might get another shot this Sunday and he'll have an opportunity to change the narrative. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens Sunday if he's the starter and he plays, how he does. Now Sunday, if he's not good, yeah, I think it'll die for sure. But if he comes out there, plays great football, and it helps us get a victory, it's going to be more alive than ever because anybody who knows football and are realists knows that your first NFL start, everybody banged up and hurt, worst O-line performance ever. Most people ain't going to put that on the quarterback. And I've seen about 3/4 of the game now. Last night I watched some more. I saw about 3/4. Skylar didn't do as bad as I thought. I know I was calling him trash, but limited things to work with, but he still had a lot of things he definitely need to clean up and improve. And it reminds me of a young fella that was drafted number 5 overall 3 years ago in the draft when he first started in Miami. Struggled his behind off it. I'm gonna be honest, a little bit more than what I saw on film with Skylar. He struggled mightily. Um, so Skylar is nothing to even write home. Now, don't get me wrong, the two in ears, they want it to be over for Skylar. They want to amplify the performance, but it doesn't work that way. And at the end of the day, Tua has nobody to blame but himself for even giving Skylar the opportunity to see if he even can be a quarterback. So we'll see what he does this weekend. And if he trash this weekend, it is what it is. If he's great this weekend, then he bought his stock up. He was able to basically push his stock up. And that's what it's about. Skylar Thompson needs to push his stock up. And speaking of stock up, as you can see, Thompson's stock is down in the last day, but the last week you saw it down and it spiked up because he got the start. Then it went down, but it didn't go down to that baseline. So this is where Skylar Thompson is in the market right now. He has an opportunity to definitely change that. Tua Tagovailoa with that great news. Right now, he's down a little bit in the market in the last 24 hours. And in the last week, he's definitely down. In the last month, he's still up above what he was starting the month. But Tua Tagovailoa needs to creep up there in that $40 range with the average quarterbacks in the league. He needs to get up there to that $40 range where all the average quarterbacks are. And it's better than the $22 he was, a month and a half ago. It's better than the lower amounts that he was at one point. So he's definitely made some improvement, but he got to continue to get that up. All right. At the end of the day, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, man. I personally feel like, man, Tua just needs to stay healthy and stay on the field. He got to stay healthy and stay on the field. He has to, man. And him coming back versus Pittsburgh is what I believe. He needs to come out, pick up where he left off, balling out, but stay healthy. Stay healthy. Don't let injuries be the reason why Miami moves on from you. Please don't. All right. Don't let that happen. Just come ball out. Do what you did at the end of that Baltimore game and most of the Buffalo game, and just play like that all season so that we can feel good about going into year 4 with them. It's that simple. But we'll see. Yeah, y'all. As far as Sunday, though, no, Tua will not play Sunday. Okay. If he clears the protocol, it would be on Sunday, pretty much, I believe. But I don't expect him to play Sunday. All right. Someone say we need to make a trade for some old linemen. Listen, man, Chris Greer done made it clear, y'all. Y'all might as well stop that now. He done made it clear. He done made it clear. It is what it is. All right. But real quick, I will say this about Skyler. It is like, and again, we can't invest because I'm in Florida, but if you're in Jersey, make sure that you go invest in your favorite player. But the Skyler stock, let me tell you what I do love about it. Even with that game he had, this is what you got to look at. Even with the game he had, I mean, what? He fell 12 cents? 10%, you know, it ain't like it's going to go to zero. He already at the bottom of all bottoms. This is where if you buy in and just say that he balls out, or you know what I mean, say he balls out, or he's looked at as a potential future. I don't know. Like let me give y'all an example. Say Skyler plays well versus Minnesota and Tua gets hurt again. And Skyler is a starter for the rest of the year, or they going into next year. It's an open competition. I'm telling you, his stock is going to be in the $15, $20, $25 range just because he's competing for a job. Man, I can't wait for Mojo to expand to Florida because this is a safe bet. This is a safe investment right here. Even if it doesn't work out for him, I mean, I can't see me going too much like under $1. So that's how I feel about that. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, real quick, I'll go ahead and handle a few more things that I wasn't able to get to the other day. Everybody keeps saying fire Boyer, fire Boyer, fire Boyer, fire Boyer, fire Boyer. I don't like Boyer's play calling. I don't like what Boyer is doing with the defense. I see no improvement by no one on this defense. Nobody in here can name one person that they've seen improve on the defense this year. Outside, I mean, what we're going to say, Kohu or something like that, you know, who's starting to get toasted, by the way. Who's starting to get toasted. Terrible PFF grade for him on Sunday. But anybody, can you name one person, I mean, one individual on this defense that you can say has improved this year, is taking off, is picking up where they left off, is going – you see what I mean? No. I said improved. Ingram wasn't on this roster last year. Javon Holland ain't improved this year. Javon Holland has not improved this year. Zeeler ain't improved this year. Still playing well, but ain't improved. Christian Wilkins took a step back. Don't say he's improved. He's taking a step back. I don't know what games y'all been watching, but Christian Wilkins actually have taken a step back from last year. Some of y'all still saying Sealer, but remember, Sealer was the number 3 rated tackle in the NFL last year. So remember, the key word is improved. If he's still playing at a high level, and he's not playing like he was last year, but he's still playing at a high level. But I said improved. Not a single person is improved. And you know why? Because I've been trying to tell y'all, you don't want to listen to you. You want to act like I'm blowing smoke. The last 2 years, everybody's success was schematic. I was trying to tell y'all that the personnel that we have on defense, and I'm just keeping it a buck with y'all, they are not as good as you think individually. It's all schematic. I've been telling y'all this. Now that we don't run the scheme that makes them all look good, they all look average at best, with the exception of maybe 2 or 3 people. A year or two ago, we can name 8 people on the defense. Oh, Ogba balling. Oh, Christian Wilkins. Oh, Zeeler. Oh, my gosh, man. And Jalen Phillips has spurts. Oh, Javon Holland, Brandon Jones, man, X, Byron. Oh, my. We were even naming linebackers because they would get sacked sometimes. Man, why you all so hard on Jerome? Jerome got a sack on Sunday. No. And I kept telling you it was schematic. When the offensive line got 5 to block and we got 7 on the line, and the quarterback got to tell the running back pick up the number 6, but we still got 7 on the line. I told you schematically how we run that zero look. Everybody takes a step forward usually, engages. Whoever's not engaged with somebody, go get the quarterback. I look how many times Brandon Jones and Javon Holland had an unblocked path to the quarterback for the sack. Sometimes Jerome Baker would. Sometimes a defensive end would. Sometimes a defensive tackle would. Just unblocked. But we not out here watching somebody beat their man and get to the quarterback outside of Ingram, but I'm just saying as a whole, we just gave Emmanuel Ogbah the money he quote unquote deserved. Where in the heck he been this year? Some of y'all probably even can wonder, has he played this year? Is he on IR? Have you heard Emmanuel Ogbah's name much at all this year? I know it's 5 games in, but God dog. Have you heard Emmanuel Ogbah's name at all and you just gave him money? Yes or no? Yes or no? Have you heard his name at all? Just curious. Because everybody thought we had them dogs on defense. And I told y'all it was all schematic. Oh, you just hating. You can't find nothing positive to say about our team. I'm just being honest with you. Have you heard Jalen Phillips' name at all? Just a question. I ain't judging nobody. Just a question. Yes or no in the comment section. Have you heard Jalen Phillips' name at all? I already know the answer to that question, by the way. Oh, let's keep it going. Hey, is Raekwon Davis playing? The guy that I said our defense could be historic if he takes off this year. Have you heard from Raekwon Davis? Who just had a horrific, oh my God. And then when you go to the people that you can rely on, like Christian Wilkins, you talking about a horrible game versus Cincinnati? Oh my, I mean, if y'all saw some of the games, Christian Wilkins is getting pushed backwards. And don't get me wrong, sometimes he make a play and get back there, him and Sealer. Sometimes they make plays. But they are not playing. They have regressed. The entire D-line with the exception of Melvin Ingram. The entire D-line. Who should we fault for that? Linebackers, they just still the same old linebackers. They ain't worth nothing unless we in a zero and they taking up a space or a free rusher. We all know about our linebacker issues. No break. Tua not out all season. I think he'll be back next week. TDI, like our defense is garbage. Do you know what our defense is ranked? Let me ask y'all something. Do you know what our defense is ranked? I'll just leave it there. Let me see. Don't worry. I'm gonna pull up the updated. Oh boy. Don't worry. I'm seeing if I can pull up the updated. Give me a second. Nah, that's October 4th. I need to update it this week's. Don't worry, y'all. Give me one moment. Let me just do this. Yeah. I'll have it for y'all later, man. I'll have it for y'all later. I don't know why PFF, my password, just not working. And I'm going to have to figure out what's going on with that later. And it sucks because I pay money for this crap. For it to be blocking me out like this. I'll just have to reset my password. Trying to see if I can find time now. You're right. These two losses got everybody fighting. These two losses ain't got everybody fighting. I mean, go to the wins. Patriots game, tight game, nail biter. It wasn't nothing impressive. Second game, Baltimore, we didn't look good at all. Thank God for the fourth quarter. Wow, they blew coverage. You should still be concerned about that. See, let me tell y'all this too. People act like you're not allowed to be concerned in a W. Like, it's like going out there and having one passing yard and one rushing yard, and the other team had the same thing, but you beat them because you had a safety. You got a safety on them. We won. What you complaining about? Dude, we had 1 yard all day. That's kind of how, and I know that's extreme, but that's the only way that I can get y'all to understand why you still can critique a win. You still can critique a win. Don't you want to go to the Super Bowl? Don't you want to be the best team that you can be? Then critique the wins and losses. We won today, but how could we be better than that? That's what it's about. And that's definitely what we do on this channel. We look at it all and we talk about how can we be a better team. It won't let me in my PFF, but the initial, I'll change my password later and I'll have it for tonight, hopefully. But I'll put it like this. I could see, though, that the Miami Dolphins points allowed were 29th in the NFL in points allowed. We're 29th in points allowed. So this notion TD act like our defense is trash. I didn't say they're trash. What I'm saying to you is if you're the 29th ranked team on points allowed, what category would you put that in? Great, good, very good, average, below average, fair, poor, trash. Y'all tell me, if you're 29th out of the league, what do you put that in? What do you call that? Or is, instead of saying trash, is bad a better word? Is bad a better word? Like I said, we got to do better. And guess what? Our defense, it's scheme specific. I'm sorry to tell y'all this. Even on a personnel level, our personnel is scheme specific. We don't have dogs on our defense. I need y'all to understand that. We don't have dogs on our defense. We got a whole bunch of guys that if they could play the scheme that they were brought in to play, schematically, they can be a dog unit, like one dog. The whole unit is a dog. It's just the truth. Ain't no dogs on this defense. I'm just being honest with y'all. And y'all know what I mean when we say dogs. We can name defensive ends in the league right now that are dogs that just can't be stopped. One-on-one double teams. Those are dogs. And y'all know what I mean when I say dogs. Now you tripping. Holland is a dog. Holland is the closest thing to a dog on his defense. Him and Melvin Ingram. But I'm telling y'all, even Javon Holland, take away all them free blitzes to the quarterback with the sacks and stuff, which is scheme specific, right? His coverage has fell off a little. Last year, I was highly impressed in his coverage, but his coverage D has fell off a little. He getting there a step late. Catch, Holland makes the tackle. Last year, it was simultaneously, bam, the ball out. Yeah, incomplete. Bam, ooh, you got smashed. Oh, almost picked. Oh, Holland batted it away. This year, you ain't getting that. You getting Holland for the tackle. Just saying. TD is 100% right. Our defense is based off of two players locking down their sides of the field. Without them, we can't play cover zero. Cover zero. Holland eats when we can play cover zero. Exactly. I don't know why it's so hard for people to just recognize the truth. This is not a bad thing. The truth of the matter is this is how we built our defense. We built our defense to allow two guys to be on the island so they don't need any safety help. That way our safeties can roam, play in the box, get at the line of scrimmage, shade coverage, and come up with the crossers. Like, it's a cheat code. It's a cheat code. You got your two boundaries and say we're not giving you safety help, and they can hold their own. It's a cheat code. You got two extra defenders. You might as well say it's 13 on 11 now. Because I ain't got to be in cover 2 all day to help those guys. Now it feels like 13 on 11. 13 men on defense versus 11 on offense. Just two safeties. Go look at the stats. Javon Holland and Brandon Jones, the two most blitzing safeties in the NFL last year. And when I say two most, by 2 times more. So if the average is 1 in the league, they doing it 2. If the average is 100 in the league, they did it 200 times. We looked it up. I don't remember the exact numbers, but we already looked this up like a few months ago on a stream. These boys, like, when we can deploy that zero, our defense is nasty because of the scheme. We got extra people filling gaps, headed to the quarterback. Crossers. You got the linebacker chasing them, but the safety right on them. Yeah, you throw to that crosser. I'm going to light them up. When you can hike the ball and the safety can say, anybody crossing the field, I'm coming, and they ain't got to worry about that deep ball. Yeah, you go, Byron. Yeah, you go, X. And that's all they got to focus on. And the run game, I get to focus on everything in front of me. I ain't got to backpedal much. It's a cheat code on the field for defenses. And that's what Flores was building. That's what he was building. So what that did, he went and got a whole bunch of people who could dominate in a one-on-one fashion, like Christian Wilkins. One-on-one, we got faith in you. Zeeler, one-on-one, we got faith in you. Ogbar, one-on-one, we got faith in you. But dogs, 2-on-1, you still can't. I'm still getting the pressure on the quarterback. And now we're forced to have a lot of double teams on our defensive line as well because we got to help out in that secondary. You ain't got as many people. The offensive lines ain't got as much to worry about anymore. Now these guys coming down to earth. And it is what it is. It is what it is. But this is what Flores was building. But in regards to firing Boyer, I got to be fair to Boyer, okay? I don't like him. I don't like what he's doing. I feel like he could scheme this up better. I feel like we could definitely play this better. but I don't like what he's doing. But let me say this. We know what this defense was designed to do from a schematic standpoint. I can't blame Boyer until he got X and Byron out there on them boundaries. I don't care anybody else who hurt. I don't care if Holland hurt, defensive lineman hurt. That don't matter. We got enough personnel regardless of who hurt, but them two guys on the boundary. So the moment we get those two guys on the boundary, I'll fairly assess Boyer. And I think that's fair. Again, it's about being fair. Just like with Tua with Skyler, be fair. Boyer, Flores, remember when Flores didn't have Byron and X? Same thing. We were getting toasted. So I can't judge Boyer off of that when he ain't got his personnel back there. Let's wait till Byron get back. Wait till X is on the other side. And if they still not playing great football, then we'll judge that situation. But I think, and I don't like what Boyer doing. Don't get me wrong, but it's unfair to sit here and say fire Boyer. We've been through this before, even with Flores. So that's why I'm not in agreement with the notion of fire Boyer. Okay, now during the game, I might be mad at the defense, be like, man, get him out of here. But that's just my passion as a fan. Okay. Grier. I'm hearing a lot of fire Chris Grier. I don't know how many times I gotta freaking tell y'all. Chris Grier is safe. Unless ownership changes or something like that, Chris Grier Chris Grier is the safest person in the organization. This man is a mastermind, and I don't like it, but I admire it. I don't know why every week, man, this line still sucks. Fire Chris Grier. Chris Grier is the safest man in this organization. Ain't nobody safer. Chris Grier is safer than the owner at this point. I keep trying to tell y'all. Yeah, but TD, I mean, all his picks, if what you say is true, then he brought them in. He brought these players in. If all we could do is operate from this scheme, we need players that could do it all. We need Grier is straight. You name me the reason Grier should be fired. Go ahead in the comment section. Name to me the reason Grier should be fired. Name. I'm going to debunk 90% of them because he ain't exempt of none, but I bet you I could debunk 90% of them. Trading up for Eichenberg. Was that a third-round pick? Who cares? Eichenberg, well, how about you put Eichenberg at tackle and let him develop instead of guard? Eichenberg spent 2 years in college without giving up a sack. I'd have traded up for him too. Don't mean he gonna work out in the NFL, but it wasn't a bad investment. It ain't working out right now. And on top of it, Eichenberg is out of position. Well, his arm's too short to play tackle. It wasn't too short in college. You ain't even giving him a shot in his raw position. He a tackle. And he may not have played great. He may have played bad. Matter of fact, he playing 3 times worse as a guard than he was a tackle last year. I would rather him at the tackle position right now, especially over Greg Little with what he putting on the field. So what else? Tell me why else. Not drafting Herbert. That ain't on Grier. Let me tell you why. Even don't get me wrong, it's on Grier, but let me tell you why. They wanted Burrow. They tried to trade everything up for Burrow. They wanted Burrow. That was the guy. When they couldn't get Burrow and they couldn't finagle the whole Tom Brady crap, when that couldn't go down, they went for the fan-pleasing pick. Everybody know it. They went for the fan-pleasing pick. Tua Tagovailoa. It was that simple. It made a whole bunch of money, jersey sales and everything, and as soon as all that money came in from sales, they tried every chance they could get to trade Tua. And they were going to give whoever came in next, Watson, whoever it was, the New Jersey money. And truth be told, let y'all tell it, it wasn't a bad pick for Tua. I mean, that's still a jury, right? Remember when all the BS was going on around about Tua being lazy and unprepared, but Skylar being unprepared for this game is somehow not his fault? I think you're looking at this two different ways. Skylar knows his playbook. The whole unprepared and lazy thing with Tua was not coming in on your day off on Monday. You see how Tua was in the building this Monday, last Monday, the Monday before that? He wasn't coming in the building under the Flores regime. Flores wanted them in the building at least preparing, getting ready for the next week. He wasn't doing that. Tua didn't know his playbook well enough. Skylar does. Skylar, this wasn't a preparation of reps. Skylar wasn't prepared because he didn't have first team reps during the week. And another thing people need to understand is, because somebody said, then why didn't they give Skylar first team reps if he was the backup? Because you're the backup. This ain't preseason anymore. In preseason, all three of them get first team reps. When regular season come, the starter gets 95% of all first team reps. All that sharing stuff go out the window when the regular season start. And that's a fact. The backup don't even get many reps. Teddy don't get reps. When the regular season starts, reps are done. Starter, all reps. So this whole notion unprepared, no, he wasn't prepared with the timing. He wasn't prepared. And Mike McDaniel, why you want to blame Skylar when Mike McDaniel said it himself? Teddy prepared really well this week. We put a game plan for him. When we went to Skylar, it was a lot of things that if we would have knew we were going with Skylar, we would have been able to implement based off of his strengths, but they couldn't because they didn't think they would be going with Skylar. So if anything, Mike McDaniel wasn't prepared. Mike McDaniel didn't look at it as we might have to go Skylar some point this week, so let's go ahead and make sure that we put in this package, that package, because these are the strengths of Skylar. These are the packages that are for him. Just like when they prepared, they scrapped some of the Tua package and put the Teddy package in, the things that Teddy are great at. So please, this whole lazy and unprepared, no, Tua got his from not knowing that playbook and not coming in that building on his day off. It's that simple. Everybody know that. We ain't going to change that narrative and make it seem like it was something else, not prepared for the game. No. But I know that's what y'all would see, and this is what y'all do. Y'all want to compare everything with Skylar. Well, Skylar wasn't. Who said Skylar wasn't prepared? He just didn't have a good game. He was prepared well enough as a third-string backup that any third-string backup could be. Period. I got 5 minutes, y'all. Before I get up out of here, let me keep on answering the question, though. But back to Greer, man. Back to Greer. Tell me why Greer should get fired. I'm still waiting. Please tell me why he should get fired. Tell us why he should get fired. People just seem to forget that Miami's offense is top 5 now surrounding the QB, but when Tua was a rookie, it was bottom 5. That's why he played okay. Who played okay? Are you talking about Tua? I'm not sure. Austin Jackson, okay. This jury's still out on him too. The jury's still out on Austin Jackson too. Now, watch this. You bring up Austin Jackson, I bring up Javon Holland. Okay. Because no GM going to get them all right. Every person, if you want to bring up individuals, I could bring up an individual for you. Austin Jackson, okay. Jalen Waddle. Noah Igbenogany, Tyreek Hill. Brought him in. Made the big trade. Whoever you want to throw out at me, I can give you the alternative. First of all, let me tell y'all why Greer is safe. Greer will not be held accountable for any of his decisions of the past. You know why? Because he had a fresh slate coming into this offseason. Because that was your time to fire him if you had a problem with the decisions he made in the past. So now that you have a fresh slate coming into the offseason, Chris Greer made sure that he absolved himself of any liability from whatever happens this year. Anything that happens this year, nobody can point at Chris Grier. You know why? If Tua end up not being the guy, Stephen Ross said the next head coach will be the one who decides our next quarterback, not me. He went on a press conference and said that. He clearing himself, making sure he's not responsible. So if Tua don't work out, Stephen Ross said the next head coach is going to decide who the quarterback is. That ain't on me. And then he'll go back to, if it was up to me, Brady Watson or somebody else would have already been here. What else did he say? What else did he do? Well, Tua ain't got no weapons. Don't worry about that. Come on, Tyreek. Next. Well, this O-line. Well, let me go ahead, because you can't just replace the whole thing. But let me go ahead and do my job. Connor Williams, yeah, let's roll. And let me do better for y'all, Dolphin fans. Armstead. I mean, come on. What more you want? Can't do them all. But if I'm going to get two, what better two? If we can't make this work, then, I mean, come on. Nobody, you can't expect a perfect O-line when I'm paying two corners, $16 million each. He done completely absolved himself. Ain't nothing there. Whatever happened this year, Chris Grier ain't worried about it. He kicked back, relaxed, like, it is what it is. Good, bad, it don't matter. I'm good. That's what's going on, man. So this whole firing Chris Grier, good luck. That's the safest man in the building. That's the safest man in the building. Chris Grier don't care if Tua turned out or not. He don't care. Chris Grier don't care what happened this year. Because I think the plan started to be altered from what Chris Grier envisioned last year. Soon as Mike McDaniel came in and stuff, Chris Grier said, I'm going to wipe my hands of it. What you need, Mike? Okay, let me go get that. What you need? Okay, let me get that. It is what it is. Me and Flores' vision or whatever, we were going down that path. Now we got to alter it. So I'm all here for it. What you need? All right, I got you what you need. Whatever happened, it's on you. It's on you. Anyway, I got more to talk about, but I got to get out of here. I got an appointment this morning with baby girl. So love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. And I appreciate our official sponsor of the breaking news, Mojo Sports. Make sure you go check it out, especially if you're in Jersey. You're able to invest now. Hopefully they expand sooner than later so we all can invest. But this is TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Fans up no matter what. Peace. I am out.